Hey, what's up? I'm Ash and I'm out at Northern Nats number 9 at Springmount Raceway, just inland of Cairns for Street Machine magazine. So there's a heap going on today. We've got the show and shine, we've got drags, we've got Powerskids, we've got Burnouts tonight, and we've also got Grand Champion driving events. It's going to be pretty epic, so let's go check it out.
A big part of Northern Nats is the drag racing. This weekend forms part of the Springmount Track Championship, and then we also have roll racing and some power skids going on as well, which isn't drag racing but still uses the drag strip and is very cool. So you'll see a lot of locals throwing down here this weekend because of that track championship. So there's all kinds of cars here and we're going to check them out. other component for Northern Nats is your Northern Nats Champion. Think your Summer Nats Grand Champion, Motivation Champion, it's along the same lines. So we've got 8 cars here at the moment that Owen Webb has handpicked. They're going to do some drag racing, and then we're going to go to the Burnout pad and do some slaloms and other driving tests. Combine that with the show judging, and there's your Northern Nats Champion, which will be decided tomorrow. But right now, they've got to prove these cars can do more than just look good. They've got to race them. Let's check it out.
Okay, so Skid Row went pretty hard. There were heaps of cars that came through and they gave it heaps as well. So we are about to get started with the Burnout. So we've got opens and we've got pros later on, and if Skid Row's anything to go by, it's going to be a pretty good show. And the turnout's rad as well, so lots of spectators, heaps to enjoy. We're capping off the evening with the Pro Burnout qualifying, and it's actually the second time that the Pro Burnout series has come out to Northern Nats. And with it, it has brought some of the toughest cars from across the country, including Peter Gramusa in his XA, who is the current Summer Nats Burnout champion. So this is what everyone's been waiting for, so let's watch the best battle it out. So today is Sunday, which is the last day of the event, and we're running all of the finals. So we're starting with the drags, and then we're going to crown the Springmount Track Champion and the Northern Nats Grand Champion. From there, we've got Skid Row, we've got Cruising, and then we've got our Burnout finals.
Line 7.
that's a wrap on the roll racing and the drag racing finals. So now shortly they're going to announce the winners and then we go into the awards.
Ending Northern Nats 9 is the Burnouts. Behind me, the open class is about to hit the pad, then the pro guys come out. So if you love torture tyres, stick around at the end of this video. It's going to be awesome. Northern Nats number 9 done. It was a really cool event. My first time at Springmount Raceway. I mean, look at these views. And to match, we had awesome people, killer cars, really cool atmosphere. It's been a ripper event.
And we hope you've enjoyed coming along with us as we got amongst the action and gave you a bit of a behind the scenes look. So thanks for watching along, and we'll see you at the next one.